The ability to endure in skateboarding is something that every skater goes through at one point or another. I truly think that being able to endure and persist in skateboarding is what truly makes us who we are and helps us keep a level head and keep at it no matter how much frustration we go through. Whether it's physical pain, mental pain, all that suffering combined into one, we still somehow find a way to push through and to endure and to go through all of that pain to make that trick work, or to get that line, or to do that special thing in skateboarding that makes our hearts content. So in this video, I'm going to be enduring in my own way by doing tricks that I do not like to do whatsoever. I know that I said in previous videos that taking a break from certain tricks that you can't do and moving on to other stuff is really useful, and it just makes skateboarding a lot more fun. And by doing that, I was able to progress a lot more than I ever could dwelling on 2 to 3 tricks or 6 tricks I couldn't even bother doing. But what I'm trying to say here is that sometimes I'd have to take that time to face some of that pain and endure through that, so that way I can build more character, gain more resilience, and be able to just get a better mindset about it. Because, you know, I don't want to give up on those tricks forever. You know, I feel like if I didn't take the time to go back and try these tricks again, I'd basically just be giving up on them, which is what I shouldn't be doing. You know, I've taken my break from them and I've done that. Now I'm going to spend a little bit more time working on it. Not that much, but just a little bit more. So the tricks I'm going to be working on in this video are varial flips, backside flips, and frontside flips. Here's the footage. For the varial flip, I feel like the thing that really caused the problems for me and made it harder for me to get this trick was me not timing with my front foot right, or having bad timing with my front foot. Oftentimes, you guys won't see it here in the footage, I would try to flick with my front foot, but my front foot wouldn't make any contact with the board at all, thus resulting in zero flick, thus resulting in the board not flipping at all. So while I had this session, I was trying to focus on my front foot making contact with the board and just trying to time it out as if I was doing a regular kickflip. And as you can see, that really seems to be working out for me. I began to get the flip more, I was starting to catch it more under my feet, and as you see from this footage, I landed a few. Right about... there we go, that's the one. That one's a little bit sketchy, but then I tried it a couple of times again, got it a little bit better, but then I wanted to clean it up one more time. There's that one right there in slow-mo. I got a little bit of heel drag, so I decided to rebait that, and then I decided to try it again. I was going to take it, but I'm like, nah, I could do it way better than that. So, popped it right there, landed it, got it nice and clean, landed bolts and rolled away. So yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Next is the backside flip. I truly feel like my bad habits with this trick is the only thing that's really holding me back from getting this trick down consistently. I have noticed throughout the months how my repetitive habits have really gotten the best of me, and how it really holds me back from getting tricks like this. Oftentimes I would under rotate a bit too much, which is kind of thing that I do because when I try to rotate too much or try to rotate a decent amount by winding up my shoulders, I wouldn't get the kickflip at all. So I try to focus more on the kickflip than the rotation, which thus gives me an under rotating backside flip. As you can see, I second guessed myself there. Other times I got super duper close, but I think if my body was a little bit more rotated, I probably could have caught that one. And other times I just gave up halfway because I wasn't really feeling it. But I was still trying to push through and figure this out. Even after this, because this is when I really lost motivation, my freaking wheel popped off. Same thing with the washers and the axle nut. I was able to find it again sooner or later. It took me about like a half an hour. I can't really explain why it happened because it would take too long to explain. So basically to cut it short, I found it, put it back together, and then I started back again. This was like a half an hour later. This was back when I had a little bit less motivation, but still tried to push through. Because I stopped doing it for so long that I wasn't really feeling it anymore. And I guess you guys can probably see that through my body expression. But I still decided to push through and somehow make it work. And as you can see, I landed it. Under rotated? Yes. But I decided to take it. I didn't want to dwell too much on it. I simply just wanted to take the win. The fact that I was able to push through that and land it somewhat is a good thing, because that means the more that I practice it and the more that I fix those bad habits, the better I'm going to get with it. Last but not least is the frontside flip. With this, to be honest with you, I truly feel like the problem that is really throwing me off is how I'm flicking it. I feel like instead of kicking up and out a little bit more, I'm kicking a bit more down and out, which I didn't really notice that much because I was flicking it way too fast. Not only that, but I was flicking it way too hard as well, which I do feel like was part of the reason why the board kept shooting out in front of me instead of landing right like under my feet. So I do feel like with this trick, it's honestly just a flicking problem. If my flick was a little bit better, like on my kick flip or the frontside flip, I truly do think that it would be a whole lot better. I do feel like I have improved my kick flips, but maybe with frontside flips I often improvise a little bit and I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. As you can see with this one, I landed it, got a little Baker Maker, not completely proud of it. Compared to this one, which I believe I took about a year ago, this one was a little bit better and it was a little bit more solid, and as you can see, I flicked a bit more up and out than down and out, which is something I really do need to work on. But other than that, I'm glad I took the time to get it done. It's not perfect, but at least I finished it. I guess for some self-reflection on that session, I do feel like I could have done a little bit better. Some of those tricks I did land a bit sketchy, and I do feel like I could have landed them a bit cleaner. And I'm not trying to be hard on myself and say that, oh, I didn't do good enough, or oh, I could have done better, like, oh, wow, that's not good enough. Obviously, it was not good enough. I obviously could do better. But I'm choosing not to be hard on myself on that, and to simply just move on, and just simply take it as it is. At the moment, I feel like I don't truly understand those tricks enough, because the key for me, my friend Elvis told me this, he told me that the key for me to master a trick and to get it more consistently is to take the time to understand how it works the way that it does, and what to do and what not to do when trying the trick. Once I truly understand the varial flip, the frontside flip, and the backside flip, and I understand why it works the way it does, and what to do and what not to do when trying it, I know that I'll be able to get those tricks more consistently and truly get it better. Right now, honestly, I don't really understand them that much, but you know, I think that's okay. I think the fact that I was willing to give it a try and try to experiment a little bit and try to push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit and try to make it work is a good thing, you know? I think every now and then all of us people need to get out of our comfort zones and try to do something a little bit out of the ordinary so we can not only progress for, I guess, the whole community with YouTube and me as skaters, but also to be able to progress as people and human beings in general. So, yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go edit the rest of this video now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.